Alright guys, welcome back to the last in a long list of Epic 7 new character debuts. Yeah, so I think this one is also going to be really good. But yeah, let's dive right in. Espo member 2, singer, or I don't know, they're all singers, right? She's part of the band. I'm hoping well, she's a Fire Soul Weaver, first of all. But yeah, I'm hoping if you get all 4 Espa guys on the same team, you get a special buff called the Band buff. And it'll be OP. Yeah, so here we go. Fire Soul Weaver. Super low attack, Soul Weaver attack. Lowish health, only 5k. Higher speed for a Soul Weaver, 114, but not the highest speed in the game. Definitely not as fast as somebody like a Ran. Good defense, low crit chance, base crit chance, base crit damage, base dual attack chance, 30 effectiveness, so good effectiveness, imprint concentration effectiveness, so she's probably going to be control, imprint release is attack percent, so that's super nice. Yeah. Brief overview. She seems like she's likely going to be an aggressive Soul Weaver. Not much healing, definitely more offensive, but very cool support character. Yeah, so this is skill 3. System hacking, she's a hacker, I think. So in this one, she hacks all of her enemies, and she inflicts barrier inversion. Super powerful skill, great against barrier set, the sneaky barrier set that's coming out. That seems like it could be good. If somebody drops an Eaton versus you, you can probably safely pick this character, assuming that the Eaton's on barrier set. I think that's a safe assumption there. Inflict barrier inversion and dispelling 2 buffs, so super cool. It kills the barrier, does a bunch of damage, and is a buff strip. So very cool. Before increasing combat readiness of the caster by 40 up to 50%. When the target is granted a barrier, combat readiness increase amount is doubled. So that is super nice because it ends up being basically an extra turn. So yeah, super strong skill. Kind of fulfills the same role as DJ Basar if you don't have him. With the anti-barrier mechanic. But this guy also has a buff strip. So super cool. That's a very strong skill. She's fast enough that she'll be able to use it. Maybe set up some of your other team members. And yeah, very cool. Butterfly effect. 3-turn cooldown goes down to 2-turn cooldown. This attacks the enemy, decreasing combat readiness by 30%. So it is a penalty on the enemy, as well as a combat readiness increase and an attack buff for the unit on your team with the highest attack, which is super cool. This is also a great skill. Every 2 turns you get to attack buff and CR push one of your teammates and CR decrease one of the enemies. And this is super cool because it's an attack skill buff, or an attack skill push attack buff, rather than a non-attack skill, which means it can't be countered as easy. I personally liked to draft Amelia a lot for a while, and my entire team was contingent on Amelia getting a CR push off. But yeah, a lot of times you can run into like Celine's, Politis. Now with the new AE Winter, there's another sort of anti-attack skill, anti-non-attack skill ability in the game. Tayu's in there too, but he seems to not be as much of a threat. But yeah, even if they're running somebody like Politis, you still get to push your team, push back somebody on the enemy team. So good skill, great for aggro. Gives her some options on what she wants to do with her turn. And yeah, aeNingNing attacks the enemy with aeNingNing with a 30% chance to stun for one turn. After attacking with the target is stunned, increases combat readiness of the caster by 20%. Nice for turn cycling. 30% chance to stun. Super annoying. It's the para effect. Soul Burn increases attack chance to 100%, so she's a cool control character, and even when she doesn't have her nice utility spells like the buff strip, barrier inversion, and the attack buff, CR push, she's still useful. She can still, you'll have the enemy sweating because there's always a chance that they'll get stunned. So yeah, those are her skills. She seems super good. Super good for aggro, which is my playstyle. So I'm probably going to go for her. Drop the bear on him. I actually like that. That'll be fun. Taunt people with. Yeah, she seems really good. She might end up replacing my Amelia because I think she has like a decently higher base speed than Amelia. Yeah. Design looks good. She kind of has the same pose as Huiyang. Didn't notice that. And maybe this is the exact same pose. Well, that's cool though. Good character. Here's the artifact. After using a non-attack skill, increases combat readiness of the caster by 10% and removes 10 souls from the enemy. Pay to win artifact, but it's still usable without maxing it out, which is great. It seems just like an upgraded version of the 4-star artifact, Magaraha's Tome, which is something that I like to use all the time. Yeah, there's no cooldown on the combat readiness push. It does seem to be a little bit less than Tome, but you also get this debilitating cripple the enemy's souls. So that could come in handy in a lot of scenarios. But yeah, she looks good. Her art is cool. She looks like a super good character, super viable in aggro. And I think I'm definitely going to be pulling for her. Hopefully, the rest of these characters are as good as these first two look, as good as the quality that they've been putting out lately. So that'll be super fun. One more thing to note, on my patch notes video, it did seem like you might be able to earn some of these Espa characters just from grinding and playing the side story a bunch. So even if you don't have a crazy amount of bookmarks, it seems like some of these characters, maybe just Winter, or maybe just a select few, it did seem like you could earn maybe a limited selection from grinding side story, which is way cool. So yeah, that is these characters. Animations look cool. You got your Huiyang going here. Yeah, that'll finish it off for this review. As far as builds go, probably nothing too crazy. She just seems like a standard Soul Weaver. Maybe you want some effect resist on there. She's not a cleanser. She just wants speed. She's an aggro character. You can probably use one of your leftover hit sets that you don't use on anybody because control has been dead for so long. You can use that on her. But yeah. It's Ning Ning. She will come out, I think, a week after this Thursday. So, or yeah, a week after this update tonight. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.